forbid. Baby, contemplate. Say over. My body out for you for honor. They for my life, you know get the ass under. Any man ponder fire. Say over. My body out for you for honor. They for my life, you know get the ass under. Any man ponder fire. Jolly, carry body. I call police. Say baby, sweet but vanilla. I don't notice. Say I know fit to consider. Jolly, carry body. I call police. Say baby, sweet but vanilla. I don't notice. Say I know.
So it's music sides of Jolly, and it brings the time to some 18 minutes to hit 8 o'clock. And it's a beautiful Thursday morning. And if you're celebrating your birthday today or you're celebrating any kind of anniversary today, we wish you well. All right, so on the 19th of June, the main contest for the 2023 edition of the Love FM High School Debate began. And it's still running, and it's happening at our traditional grounds at the Christian Service University College. Now, this was after over 110 senior high schools took part in the zonal contest, with 14 schools qualifying to join 4 seeded schools for the main competition that, like I said, began on the 19th of June. So from last year, we had OT, we had Presec Bompata, we had Prempeh College, and of course the defending champions, Kumasi High School. Now, as we speak, the competition has been filled with a lot of excitement, it's been filled with a lot of joy, some sadness, some tears, and some heartbreaks. It's all a part of the game. It's been really exciting. Currently, as I speak, 4 schools have also booked their seats for next year's competition because they've entered the semi-final stage and even gone beyond the semi-final stage. So we have 4 seated schools for next year's competition. They will be, Asante Senior High School, Presec Bompata, and of course Prempeh College and TI Amas. Now, for your information, tomorrow we will have 2 contests: the third place contest as well as the final contest to see who will be crowned the 2023 champion for the Love FM High School Debate. And the final competition will be between Prempeh College, 3-time finalist, and of course TI Amas, the winners for the maiden edition. The third place competition will be between Presec Bompata and Asante Senior High School. Like I said, it's been beautiful. It's been really exciting. I want you to share your thoughts with us as to how the journey has been for you. Our WhatsApp number is 05511119995. Send us a recorded voice message telling us how the contest has been like for you so far. Again, our WhatsApp number is 05511119995. As I speak, we're live on Facebook. It's on LUV 99.5 FM. That's how you can find us on Facebook, LUV 99.5 FM. And on Facebook, what we're doing this morning is that we are showing, excerpts of the competition from the 116 stage. We'll be running you through to the quarterfinals and the semi-finals as well. So join us on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM and get to see, some of the debaters do their thing when the competition began. Now, as I speak, I've got with me Patricia Amabonsu, and she's my co-anchor actually, alongside Becca. And so let me say good morning to you, Patricia. How are you doing?
I'm good, David. Good morning.
Good morning. Unfortunately, after tomorrow, the contest for the 2023 edition will be over, huh?
Yeah.
And we're going to miss it till another year comes.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a moment that I think everyone here would really cherish. The kind of work that goes into the final production and whatever happens on TV, radio, and on social media. I mean, these are things that everybody here is going to really miss.
And but in as much as we'll be ending tomorrow, and I'll be missing it, what I'll be doing is that I'll be going back on Facebook on Love 99.5 FM.
That is the beauty of it.
And I get to reminisce and watch, the debate all over again.
And you get to also still enjoy the comments that people put up
Most
on social
definitely.
media.
I love that bit.
The kind of colors you see, the kind of support that is coming from
even the
schools.
emojis they share.
The heat, the fire, the angry emojis and all of that. These are things that I personally cherish, and there are things I'm going to miss, aside the fact that you always have that interaction with the kids at first hand, and you see how tense they are, and you have to calm them down. You have to let them know how confident they should be and everything. I mean, sometimes, David, the thought of telling them that, we're doing this live on TV, we're doing this live on radio, or on social media, it's like, madam. No, I mean, just break out, okay? Break that ice, break that jinx, and let's do this. I mean, these are all moments that we are going to miss.
In this year's edition, we had some new schools making it to the main contest because they qualified from the zonal stage.
Yeah.
You know. So we can talk about Okes, Upon
Asante
Memorial,
Senior High School, Leo.
KSTS, and all that.
KSTS.
How would you say the new schools fared in this competition?
I remember from the zonals how hungry all of them were to get to the main competition and also actually get to the point where they would be able to be crowned the champions or the winners for this year's edition. And so they had actually kind of put in a lot of work. They were eager. They were like, we need to do this. We need to let this, we need to make sure our schools come off as the best and everything. People heard the stories of what comes with winning the competition, and so that edge and that hunger to actually make it was very, very strong. And I think we got to see some of it going through the round of 16, the quarterfinal stage, and even up to the semi-final stage. And I mean, no, I'm not favoring anybody, but I think we can make special mention of the twin debaters from Asante Senior High School.
We'll get there. We'll talk about some of the surprises for now, we're building the conversation.
Absolutely.
We're building up to the finals for tomorrow. And usually, let me rope you in at this point in time. And, you know, we have had very exciting, interesting parents. You know, for example, like I said, we began on the 19th of June. And we had OT, who were Cedar School faced Osei Senior High School. And I think Osei defeated them and moved on. And then we had Prempeh College facing off Rich School 1966, another new entrant.
Yeah.
We had Kumasi High School defending champions against Barry Kessie, another new entrant. We also had Precept Bompata, who were Cedar School, face off with Church of Christ Senior High School. Then we can talk about Nue Dubiase against Kewegehe, two new schools.
Two new schools.
Yeah, Santiman, KSTS, again, two new schools. Anglican Senior High, that is Cass and Upon Memorial. And I know that you are in love with the sports speaker for Upon Memorial, Eugene. And then Yasantua and TI Mass. I mean, what would you say has been the very highs, you know, for you in the 2023 edition from the 116 stage coming down?
So David, I will pick it up from the 19th one, because Bright just gave me the breakdown from the zonal contest. But looking at it, I think that it's been exciting. I think that the new entrants have shown that there are no, there are no
minnows. There are no minnows. There are no pushovers. Yeah.
Yes, and there are no pushovers. And that when you get your preparations right, you can make history and you can go far. And I think that Santiman proves it. I think Bompata did it the last time they came semi-finals. Santiman is in the semi-final being seeded, and that is their first time in the contest. So if you're at school and you're watching, it clearly tells you that you can. And if you get your preparations right and you get everything right. Yeah.
And okay, you remember when we put together a few reports, you know, especially from the semi-finals, where we went to the various schools and engaged with students and most especially the heads of the school. I don't know whether you recall what the Precept Bompata headmaster said. The fact that this high school debate has given the school a lot of mileage.
Mr. Diabene.
That's the name, Diabene.
Yeah.
Talks about the fact that they've received a lot of mileage from the Love FM high school debate. It tells you how big the competition is, isn't it?
Yes, David. Hey, if you have, David, even beyond the whole debate, when you want to do a proper market analysis of the dividend, always hearing your name on radio will accrue to them is significant. I got to know, there are many people who got to know Precept Bompata last year because they are like,
and the year before last.
Yes. Bompata Moshahana, so it sells the school. For instance, just got to know of a certain school in Accra for Upon Memorial, and I've fallen in love with them and how they came and how they debated and all that. So it's giving them some traction. It's giving them some new faces and all that. The parents may be thinking, oh, so it's not all that bad. I can take my kid there. I can take my kid there.
Or even when the postings, the computer places there.
Exactly.
You know that my child is not being posted to a bad school.
My sister is at Amas. The last time I went for PT, our good friend, the assistant master was giving academics, the account or the state of the school when it comes to academics. And when you even listen to the promo there, their head teacher did, he said that one of the guys who was part of their team that
that's
won,
their headmaster.
yes, is now a big guru and doing so well. And when he was given, the assistant headmaster in charge of academics was given the account of this the school when it comes to academics. This was part of it. The contest that they go, the competition that they partake in, and everything was part of it. So it clearly tells you that they do really cherish it, and they give them certain orders, especially schools where they do all their old student associations and all that. It builds, and David, you see, it also builds a certain camaraderie with people, because sometimes if you are not careful, certain schools are known for certain rowdy behaviors and all that. So sometimes when these schools come and they show a little bit of fortitude, it tells people that, oh, it's not all that bad, it's not all that bad. And I think that it generally has been a good ride.
Is there any school that has, okay, let me rephrase, is there any school that did not make it to the quarterfinal stage that you were disappointed about, that broke your heart? One that comes to mind is Yaa Asantewaa.
For me, I'll pick, if I am to pick two schools I felt maybe deserve to be in a semi-final, one to be Yaa Asantewaa, two Oppong Memorial.
Yeah.
And I think Yaa Asantewaa on the day, and if I meet the patron, I tell them the strategy was poor. The strategy was poor because I don't know, maybe because of my background, but if you get emotion like climate change and you are for it, Charlie, that's a kill, And almost everybody I know who watched and has a certain background in climate studies was like, wow, they lost it. I think the strategy was bad. For Oppong Memorial, it was a cliffhanger. You remember, they lost by majority decision.
Yeah.
And again, they also a first timer, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know about that school, but David, there's something about them. There's something about the trainer. And a good friend teaches in the school. Apparently, that she gave me that information. I hear the trainer is some pragmatic, some serious guy there, and I think that they and Yas, they went a bit too early.
They left a bit too
For
early.
Yaks, for instance, I think they should have gone for the facts why we are saying climate change is dangerous, rather than
the
just
greatest. That was the word.
But rather than just telling us that we must say a true, we must say a true, we must say a true.
You know what Leo is saying. So, for example, and I don't know whether it's because of, but I still remember the argument. So they say Prince Charles says that climate change is an issue, so it's the greatest threat. They say the World Bank is allocating a lot of resources to climate change because it's the greatest threat. No, but why is the World Bank allocating resources to do that?
What are the effects?
What are the concomitant effects that is causing these people?
If the ice caps are melting, what is causing it?
Right.
If we are recording high
so there must
waves,
be a certain linkage. And when you are talking about climate science or climate change, there are two basic variables: adaptability and mitigation.
You know what? They are speaking their grammar based on what they
exactly
they pick from the competition. What we can do now is we want to bring you excerpts, from the 160 stage. We'll bring you about 2 or 3 contests for you to recap and get to reminisce what happened. If you watch it on television or watch it on Facebook or listen to it on radio, these are the debaters themselves. All right. So Leo Stanley has about 3 or 4 116 stage contests, and he's going to share them with us right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, to our final point, we further submit that women should be allowed to pay less income tax than men to generate gender equity, which in turn leads to gender equality. Ladies and gentlemen, we are never against the laws enacted to govern the payment of taxes between both men and women. All that we are proposing is that the tax system and these laws should be revised in order to suit today's world. Madam Jackson, it is very evident that it is society and other recent societal occurrences that has dropped the incomes of women, relegating them to the background. It is in this same spirit that we are saying that we should lower their income taxes in order to equalize them by making them the same standards as men, and not by equalizing them by making them pay the same income taxes, because they can usually not afford. Ladies and gentlemen, before I even sit down, permit me to caution my opponents. The chair, for my opponents to mount this podium to tell us that reducing the income taxes of women is a breach to constitutional law will be a hasty conclusion. Then I'll refer them to Article 25 of the 1992 Constitution. Young lady, it talks about amendments. Even the writers of the laws of this country, knew very well that there will be a time to come that these laws will need amendments. That is why they included Chapter 25 in the 1992 Constitution, so that in times like this, the laws will be amended to suit today's standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole width and length of our argument has been concisely projected on the screen.
All right, so that was Bresiema, principal speaker for Prempeh College, and I was not impressed with Prempeh College up until the semi-final contest.
That was our best performance.
That was the best. We'll get there. We'll talk about all that. But this is the principal speaker. Is it for Presec Bompata? Yeah, Opuni Frimpong. Asante. Take a listen to him.
Brain countries develop slower once they lose their talented and skillful citizens to other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, innovation is the backbone of every country. So if these highly professional researchers, innovators, and engineers migrate to developed countries, then it suppresses innovation and the progress in developing countries. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the spokesperson of the International Organization for Migration, Jean Philippe, he asserted that 60% of faculty position in the polytechnic, for instance, and 40% of position in the university still remain vacant because there are not enough qualified people to occupy this position. The absence of this expertise of the professional reduce productivity, thereby slowing down development. So to you, my opponent, with this huge percentage of competent and experienced professionals going out from the country, how can a country progress? I mean, how? Are you there and there and there? More this podium, call it this a blessing in disguise.
All right, that was Asante Opuni Frimpong, principal speaker for,
David, do you know something interesting about them? I think the supporting and the guy, they all do not bear English names.
Yeah. And listen, they will be battling for the third place position tomorrow. That is Presec Bompata. They'll be facing off Asante Man Senior High School. But we've got more from the 116 stage for you to enjoy. Here we go.
We believe that war resulting from political instabilities and conflicts poses a much greater threat than climate change. I'm sure my friends here are not ignorant of the 2 world wars which this world has experienced. Young as we may be, Mamalu, we are all aware of how these wars nearly wiped the surface of the earth. We take World War II, for instance. This war, within a space of 6 years, took over 80 million souls. You heard me right. From 1939 to 1945, over 80 million people died. And you are standing on this podium to advocate for climate change. I'm starting to think that you're also wondering, just like me, what would have happened if this war had continued, say 10, 20, or even 30 years? Yes, your guess is right. None of us would even been alive at this point to talk of mounting this podium to debate on emotion.
So that was the voice of Onassis, and he's the principal speaker for TI Amas. Freddie Ajman. But, would you say that from observation, the 116 stage, definitely you would have a bit of tension, some butterflies in your stomach and all that. Some bit of fear because we keep saying that we're live on television, we're live on Facebook, we're live on radio.
And for the fact that most of them are coming for the first time.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You see, even within the auditorium, cameramen picking up their cameras and moving about whilst they are on the podium debating and all. Would you say that you saw an improvement when we entered the quarterfinal stage of the competition?
Yeah, I think it was more evident because it was like we have seen what happens before. So then we are able to adjust our performance and adjust whatever we are doing right now. So now this stage fright and everything is literally going down for most of them. They were also looking at, I'm sure some of them were like, okay, so you know how the drill is like now. So this is how we're going to position ourselves whilst on stage. I mean, the judges actually also tell them that they should use the stage. So now they had that benefit and they had that opportunity to do what they need to do. I remember Onassis having to do this thing. The day he brought the stick and he said he was blind and he was a cripple and
it was the
DNA
thing.
DNA test should be mandatory at birth. Yes, it was beautiful seeing them do all the things that they did, and that was a contest between them and the defending champions Kumasi High School, where they kicked out Kumasi High School out of the competition.
And that got you happy because for you it was a karma, because last year I think it was at the quarterfinal stage that Kumasi High School kicked out.
Yes, kicked out.
No, your alma mater.
My alma mater.
And they were defending champions at the time.
You see, it was like karma for me. It was like karma for me, but then it was also sad seeing them go out.
Do you think that for high school, the fact that at the time there was a ban, so therefore they could not come into the auditorium with supporters who can urge them on and all, do you think that it played any role in their early exit of the competition?
I don't think the fact that they didn't have enough people supporting them had anything to do with them losing or going out. Yes, the round of 16, it was the same number of people that were there, But they still made it. So why couldn't they still have made it to the semi-finals with that same number of people that we saw at the the quarterfinal stage? So I don't think it's about the fact that there were not many supporters there for them. In any case, I saw some of the old boys and rants here coming to support them.
But do you think they didn't look hungry enough? That's the thing.
Well, my candid view of them, I think that they were overconfident. So when you're overconfident, sometimes complacency sets in. Because if you listen to them during their 160th stage, they believed so much in themselves that I
also think the other
David,
parties.
I disagree with all of you. So
that's your view, but let me make my point anyway. So
yes.
You realize that when they had the opportunity to mount the podium, the air around them, you know, so they went about it in a way that showed as if they are not really prepared well enough.
Okay.
For the contest.
So
that's my view.
A past glory kind of vibe.
Kind of thing.
But David, you know, their principal speaker is so good. I think what Baba and the team downplayed the impact of the ban on them. David, you know, all the schools that suffered that, we all wondering where did the Osei guys come from? Because last year, if you want one of the best debaters, principal, those 82 guys, what's the name?
George.
Yes. But this year, look at the performance. Total, it's like they were unaware of everything. Now, high school, the day we called Baba, you remember what I said in the studio when he was in the class and the boys were shouting, and he said that they will be shouting from Jinyase and the sound will be echoing at Santase. See, David, in football, why do you think we call something the 12th man?
The support is key.
Exactly. Sometimes things may not be going for you. Yesterday, for example, I was watching an old match between Blackpool and Manchester United, right? Mm-hmm. Manchester had bought a certain Michael Owen. Blackpool was leading 2-0. Over 70 minutes, he comes in, the fans just, Owen, poster boy, were just celebrating and all that. Man U ended the match with 4-2 at Old Trafford. So sometimes the 12-man count, I think Baba and the team downplayed that. And going for this, you look at it was not just about complacency.
You made mention of something that even when you look at the debaters from OT, and you do a comparative analysis as to what they presented last year, George and Co.
George and Titus.
So what I'm saying is, could it also be that the people they chose could not be as smart as good as the previous debaters?
No, David. For OT, I can say that maybe for them it was a bad decision on the two. Like Cass, for example, I felt that if Cass had presented the guy, the first as the principal speaker, you see,
things would have changed.
Opomura would have won, but the dynamics would have been a bit different. It would have been maybe a majority decision or maybe a very close, unanimous decision or something. But when you look at high school clearly, it's not the guy with the spectacles. Yeah. Very good, very intelligent guy. And he was one of the guys who was rebutting very well. If you ask me, guys who do good rebuttals, the supporting speaker for Presec Bompata, the lady, Adwa, very smart girl. The twin, Isabella, smart. All the guys, the only guy who was able to impress when it comes to rebuttals was the last contest for Prempeh College.
Gali.
Onassis and Co. is Isha and vibes. Frankly, but when you look at the girls, they are rebuttals. The next guy I will pick was the high school guy, but I felt that when they come to the auditorium, normally it's just they are colleague debaters, some 5-4 teachers, the lady teacher the last time we were talking about. So I think it affected them. You see, when these school met, I think another school, and they were even clapping for the opposition, they still lost. You see, David, why would their support to one? It's different. Look at how Hamas stormed the hall the last contest.
Yeah.
You saw what they did to Asanteman. They made them sit. Then they brought a platoon of supporters.
No, it wasn't Asanteman.
It was Bompata.
Yes.
It was Bompata.
But Bompata started that day with that.
A lot of Jama.
Yes, Jama cheerleading out there.
Yeah. No, but I see when we got there with DJ, when Bompata was doing the Jama, because my sister is Tamas, they know that one way the do after the so when it got to about 1:45, I told them that if they don't enter the auditorium, I'll not let you.
But so you're missing out on something. You're missing out on something. What we picked, myself, Leo, and Collins picked was that in football, who enters first to the field can lose a match. They say they've gone for a visa and all that. So that day we were like, so I was asking Leo to go tell him and sit. So one school, Pompata was waiting for Amas to enter. Amas was waiting for Pompata to enter, and that's why when we went there, we asked him to come and sit. Jamana drums.
You know what you're saying reminds me of 2014 when I came to Kenya. I do matriculation. I'm a unit to a continental. You go to the CCB, then the CCB, the Central Classroom Block Auditorium. Kunti for enter, yes, young call. Cat for enter. So we did the matriculation outside. None of us entered the hall.
So far, I didn't see you also. But let's bring to you excerpts from what transpired during the quarterfinal stage of the Love FM High School debate for the year 2023. It's been all beautiful, all excitement, all joy. Take a listen to some of the contests in the quarterfinal stage.
Today's era is characterized by evolving demographics, advancements in technology, healthcare, nutrition, and lifestyle choices. We all are compelled to check whether the current retirement age of 60 adequately aligns with the potential of our aging population. The chair, the House, remember, the retirement policy is not even a law in the Bible that cannot be amended. Even with that, Jesus Christ is at the honest by remodifying some of the laws. Panel of judges, with this establishment, my premier point in favor of the motion is that the retirement age for civil servants should be moved to 70 years because it will suit demographic changes vis-a-vis our aging population. Madam, with the rate at which our population is aging, in the next 20 to 30 years, a larger portion of our population will be above 60 years. Oh yes, according to a research material from www.nature.com published in 2021, globally, people above 65 years are the fastest growing segment of the population, and as well, the birth rate is reducing day by day. Panel of judges, by increasing the retirement age for civil servants to 70 years, will be effective in the name of Jesus.
Goodness.
That was Ghali.
These are moments to live for.
And listen, that's why I was asking that question earlier as to whether they build momentum, build confidence, getting into the quarterfinals and the semifinals. Because during the semifinal contest, he was flawless. Ghali was flawless. But this was, I think, the
quarterfinals, with Kumasi Wesley Girls Senior High School.
Yeah. And you could tell clearly from the onset of the play of the soundbite, he was fumbling. And then one point in time, he lost his thought process. And that's why he said,
in the name of Jesus, this cannot be happening. But David, would you also say sometimes that the topic can, also ginger you? For example, their last performance with Ghali, talking about morality declining in today's youth. This is a topic that even when you close your eyes without
it's not just about research. The topic. It's not just about the topic, but it's all about the preparation towards the
argument.
And with this argument, right? We've had several conversations even here on this platform about how there has been a steady decline in morality, and this is something that we have been experiencing everywhere. I remember when I was in school.
What about their first contest against the rich school? Then he was flawless on that day as well.
And okay, maybe, but this is why I'm saying that. I remember when I was in school,
Asanteman.
Yeah, Asanteman, even in primary matters and all that. There are subjects that I didn't like. I didn't like science subjects. I didn't like mathematics. I hate mathematics. And the numbers I like are the ones that are in my pocket. But when it comes to, say, religious and moral education, it was easy for me to just look at my
surroundings
and just, easily.
See, so their first contest, they were on 16th stage. The motion
women
should pay less income tax than men. And they faced rich school. They were both flawless, although they raised the performance during the semi-final stage. It was very good. So with this one, I think that it had to do with preparation. But in all, they learned. I mean, that's one thing I like about
that's the beauty of it. Yeah,
they learn so well their mistakes and correct them going forward. Because if this happened in the quarterfinal stage, then in the semi-finals, knowing what is at stake, they're like, listen, let's give it our all. Let's do far better, and indeed they did. What do you make of the twins? Many had high hopes for them that they were going to at least make it to the finals.
Yes.
And I'm talking about the twins who are from Asantema, Isabella
and
Odosapong and Irene Odosapong. What do you think went wrong for them?
I don't know whether let me borrow the word spirit. I don't know whether the spirit of Prempeh College had any effect on them on the day, overshadowed them. Because I remember the day we went to the school to interview them, their assistant head, master headmistress, and the patron and everything. I mean, they had high hopes. In fact, they were throwing literally, I don't know whether I used to use the word tantrums. They're like, well, Asante is the land, and Prempeh was one a king, or so I mean it's the land that instills, yes, chooses and instills, and that they were going to distill Prempeh that day, and you could feel that they were ready to do all of the things that they said they wanted to do. And even prior to the debate, when we spoke to their patron Kenneth and the other girl, I mean, I think she's the assistant head girl of the school, or they were all ready to give off their best. But the next thing you realize is that I feel they were jittery on the day.
But Eugene, one thing that comes to mind again is this, and listeners, you can send us voice messages to our WhatsApp number 05511119995.
Yeah.
How has the journey been like so far for you? How well have you enjoyed it? What do you make of these young debaters mount the podium and show wits and knowledge and wisdom? We'll be activating the phone lines as well shortly. But Eugene, my question to you is this: the two girls, Irene and Isabella, they've been very good, very, very, very good since the 116 stage to the quarterfinals, and I tip them to go further than just be in the third place competition. Now, one thing I do know is that if on a day the principal speaker is not doing too well, the supporting comes and does very well. If the supporting doesn't do well, the principal carries them on the shoulder. But on this day, both of them dipped.
David, I think that two things readily comes to mind. I think the first thing is that there was the principal, and the Bresiama's presentation dazed them. They were off. After Bresiama spoke, clearly they were disoriented. And David, you know, one thing I like about, it's not like Onassis is not a favorite, but one thing I like about him,
and Onassis is the principal speaker for
TMS.
Yes, the reason why people say I rated upon Memorial ahead of him, the reason why Onassis is good is that when you are debating, he writes. The girls were doing that initially, but when Bresiama was speaking and how he argued, the points he raised, David, they would have taken a lot to surmount that height. You know, in the quarterfinals, when Prempeh spoke to Pat after their victory, they said they were lucky. That was where Sally did.
Prempeh people said they were lucky.
Yes, that was when Sally did. Oh my God, they flopped. Bresiama was also off. And their margin were a bit close. They improved. So I think that Asante maybe met a better and a more prepared opposition.
I agree with you. But before you go on to the second one, so why don't you come onto the podium and do your presentation? Because you have your 10 minutes to do your main presentation, and then find space and do rebuttals. But if you come and even with your own main presentation, you fumble with it.
David, you know why I'm smiling?
No.
Why didn't Cass also come back? What did the Cass patron tell us after their contest of Pearl Memorial? He said that after listening to the guy, it was clear. You see, David, there are some people, when they make certain arguments, the evidences they back with, you know, the points they reference.
It's hard to rebut.
You see,
no, I'm not talking about rebuttals. Rebuttals are key. No. But like, focus and concentrate on your presentation.
But
give a good delivery.
It can affect you psychologically.
Give a good delivery too, and then maybe fumble with rebuttals.
No, David, it's not easy like that. Let me tell you something. Whether Isabella or the 21, if 21 goes after what Bresiama did, 21 goes, I'm fat. Twin two never told, so you see,
and they are twins too, which means they have that connection.
That connection. And David, I've always said that we sometimes downplay, or people do not identify the role, the tedious and Herculean role of a supporting speaker. Now, this is it. In the contest, if you are against the motion, 4 speaks, right?
Yeah.
So the 4 guys speaks for 10 minutes. Your principal speaker be to papa so in 10 minutes. In your 7 minutes, what you expected to do is that you have to rebut the 10 minutes of your opponent speaking for the motion, you have to correct the gaps in the presentation of your main speaker and also add your own point. So you have 3 responsibilities as a supporting speaker. So if Twin 1, and when I listened to it, I knew Prempeh was winning. So when Twin 1 didn't perform or dipped, Twin 2, let's even take the biological side out. Twin 2 will suffer because Bresiama had risen a certain bar. You want to demolish that structure. 1, you want to also find the gaps.
That is very hard to demolish.
That is very hard, full of concrete, right? And you have to also do justice to what Twin 1 did, filling the gaps.
Could you also say that maybe they lost even before they came into the auditorium? Because from what I've heard,
they were very confident.
When they picked that motion, I think from their patron, he said, "Hey, we did. How are we?" So sometimes psychologically.
No, David. No. You see, David. I'm passionate about this because the patron, if indeed he said that in front of the girls, that is it.
No, it was the convo he had with Leo.
No, I'm saying that he said when they picked the motion, because normally you pick it, the teachers, everybody. I don't know a quiz where almost every stakeholder is okay before you proceed. So if he made that commentary in the presence of the girls, I have a challenge with that. All that I'm saying that, David, you see, the girls had reached a certain pinnacles. And I do not think any motion can make you lose a debate. Okay? Even when you want to do LGBT or murder or certain kind of conversation, you have points to raise. And it's how you argue and the confidence you exude. For example,
when I'm saying that on the day,
the confidence
it just wasn't there. It wasn't there.
So consider and do your bit. Unfortunately, our time is not our friend. We'll find time and continue. We'll find time and continue tomorrow. But we need to also show some love to our sponsors.
Sure,
because without them, we wouldn't have been able to get to where we are right now.
Yeah.
But before we even show love to our sponsors, I also like to say that if you watch us on television, if you watch us on Facebook, if you listen to us on radio, all that happens, there are a lot of people behind the scenes who are supporting and helping. So first of all, we say a big thank you to our general manager, Jemagla, to our programs director, DJ Apuzo. We'd also want to say a big thank you to our technical team, led by Alaji Samsung Ado. Collins has been amazing. Safo Arthur has been awesome. We'd like to say to our social media team as well. What's his name? Derek.
Yeah.
And
Emmanuel. Kofi Asare, Ajio, Zua, I mean all of them. And Alex.
Yes, the ladies who serve the water.
Yes, and the ladies as well, yeah. I mean great people.
Eric with the events team, Charlie, great job. So let's talk about sponsors now.
Yes, so we've been partnered by Pepsodent, we have Rasta Choco Malt, Jackson Education College, Cowbell, our milk, Madam Catherine, Fortune Rice from Wilma, and also Frito. We'd like to say thank you to our traditional host, that is the Christian Service University College. We're also being sponsored by Pidato Limited Company, Top Choco, Ultimate Fashion, Zest Consult, Flora Tissues, Dunamis Plus, and I would also like to say thank you to CBS Supreme Industries. Well, David, that's not all. St. Ben's Jewelry, yes, they say just dream it and it will be done. I mean, shout outs to Becca wherever you are. I'd like to also say thank you to Think Positive Travel and Tour, Ochiasekan Rural Bank, ITEL, yes, they have named the phone after me, ITEL P40, that's ITEL Patricia 40, and Kumasi Auto Detail, everyone in this house, that is where we fix our cars when we have challenges. One Touch Publications, they're bringing us One Touch government books and econs books. They also have the past questions. Thank you to Mr. Charles Forjo. I would like to also say thank you to New Life Entrepreneurship Training Center. They're just right behind us here at Love 99.5 FM. Academic City University College, we are grateful for your support. Grace Gift Herbal, we also have on board Ghana Herb Therapeutics, producers of Ghana Balm, Prostate Joy, and also like to say thank you to Dawood Herbal Hospital, Tradewinds Chemist Dramatem. Yes, and David, when you hear them say they don't sleep in mosquito nest, But I will thank God that Tradewinds have brought onto board the most effective anti-malarial drug, that is Tramatem. Get to yourself one. And also like to say thank you to DHI College of Health and Education, and to the ladies who also make us up. Yes, Esilali Makeup GH, they are all awesome and amazing.
And many thanks to the Ghana Education Service Ashanti. Many thanks to Ashanti Regional, SRC. Many thanks to the Conference of Heads of Assistant Secondary Schools, and many thanks to the Writers and Debaters Society as well.
Joy Prime, Joy Learning, all of them on board. Yeah.
So unfortunately, our time is up. We cannot play, the voice messages or notes. We cannot even activate the phone line. Tomorrow, I allot a lot of time for that bit. So you tell us what you make of the Love FM High School debate for the year 2023. Tomorrow we'll take a look at the new introductions that we have brought in and how it's impacted. We'll take a look at what we should be expecting for the third place competition, because. All right, so let's pick a few calls. And once we get ready to pick the calls on 03220-83596, 03220-83597, or 03220-83598. I was going to say we should go on to the WhatsApp console, but let's go on to the phone lines. Call us. What do you make of the debate so far for the year 2023?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Yes, Kofi, welcome. Let's hear you.
This year's contest has been so exciting. But as usual, when a motion is spelled out, you can clearly sit comfortably in your room or in your office and say this school will win. Or whoever is going to speak for the motion will win. Or whoever is going to speak against the motion will win. And you will get it correct. Look, sometimes, because like the moral thing that you people were talking about, and Leo said he can look around and debate. Because of this, there's no way any school that speak against will win. Because it has become like everybody knows that the morality in Ghana is going down and the rest. And so there's no argument that the one who speaks against will win. And that can be, predicted. Predict and you will win. So, I don't know. The judges.
There are other times where people also predict and they don't get it right. But maybe you are good at predicting. Tomorrow we'll find out your prediction as to who's going to win tomorrow's contest. If you get it right, if your prediction comes right, we'll give you a prize as well. All right? So that's Kofi there. Slash, good morning.
Good morning, David.
Welcome, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking, sir.
David, I've asked your panelists, I've asked them some questions. They have not been able to answer me. I've asked them, who judges the judges? Who judges the judges, David? How can a tenant sack a landlord from his own house?
You're talking about Kumasi High School.
They have not been able to answer me. The judges should be able to tell us how Kumasi High School lost against Hamas. Because that day, I clearly listened to the competition. Upon all the fire, upon everything Kumasi High School did, we still lost. David, how possible? The judges must also be judged.
I hear you, Slash. Thank you very much. But listen, the same question you're asking. These are the same judges who have been judging the contest from last year and even before last year. These are the same judges who sat on a seat and helped or ruled that high school have won. And even when high school won, there are other people who are of the view that it was Prempeh College who should have won. So the judges, as who judges them, I don't know. Maybe God judges them. Christoph, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, David. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Chris.
Oh, okay. I think the Love FM High School debate has been wonderful. It's been exciting. It's been educative. And it's also been informative, David. These young ones, because they are led by experienced tutors, they allow them to research, seek, and then dig for information. And in an attempt to win the crown, they also educate all of us. It's sad to say that my school, Upon Memorial Senior High School, is gone. It's sad, but it's part of the game. There are rules applicable to every game. But I think that, as we are saying, that let's make this whole thing not only Kumasi, for that matter, Shanti region. We should go beyond this and then make it nationwide.
We hear you on that, and it's a challenge that we have embraced ourselves, and we'll do what we have to do. Thank you very much, Christoph. Ken is also on the line. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, David.
Welcome, boss. Let's hear you.
Everything about multimedia, for me, I used to say everything is best. Okay, we have good, better, best. So best. You see, this debate is very interesting, and then it will help our youth, and even the grown-ups are even learning more and more things from it. But then, I want to advise the patrons, as well as they have these debate clubs, they should let their people listen to the morning show. I mean, from multimedia, or better still, Joy Lab, every day. And I believe it will help them. Because all the motion putting on board is about things that we always discuss. So the more and more that you listen, the more that you build more points from people who contribute, and then others too who have special ideas about it. And like what my big man or my big brother Kofi said, sometimes when the motions are put on board, you can predict. Like we all know about the moral aspect, what is happening. And it was clear that seniors are going to take it.
Well, I hear you, Ken, but again, one thing I would like to say here is this. Listen, every motion has a positive and a negative side.
Yeah.
A good and a bad side. It depends on how much research you put in. And unfortunately, there are occasions, and I said that when it came to a contest like, that of Asanteman, in their last competition against, what do you call it, Prempeh College. I think that they didn't explore well enough. Mm-hmm. And even when it comes to that of the climate, when it comes, say again?
Yeah, they didn't explore enough.
And then when it comes to that of the climate change again, I mean, you could tell that for Yasantua, they didn't also explore well enough.
Yeah, just 5 points difference at the end of the day.
So for me, I think that no matter where you stand on a motion, and how we go about it is this: we put up a motion, and then they ballot for the motion, and then they ballot whether they will be for the motion or against the motion. So it's not like we just pick a motion and say, okay, you are for or you are against. They ballot for all of it. So once you go through a balloting session and you know where your stands are, go read around and do a lot of work. I mean, the one that we're talking about, the morality falling now than previous years.
Being on the decline.
Go to speak to people who are like 70, 75, 80 years. Engage with them. Record their thoughts. Because this time around, it's because maybe social media is rife. That is why we hear a lot about these things. But it's not anymore.
Yeah, we're doing basically the same things.
Not anymore, but we didn't hear about them like we hear about things now.
Yeah.
So let's see how tomorrow goes. And tomorrow, like I said, there's going to be a third place contest. Presec Bompata will face Asanteman, and of course, Prempeh College. 3-time finalists will be facing first-time winners, Tiamas. It's going to be a beautiful contest tomorrow. Make time to be with us, and we'll bring you some more conversations on that tomorrow.
David.
We gauge the mood. And we'll be speaking to the patrons, we'll be speaking to the debaters, we'll be speaking to headmasters, all packed tomorrow for you. Stay with us, because up next is a conversation on the Super Morning Show. We're talking about cancer, every type of cancer. Now, the bottom line is this: when it's detected or identified early, it is curable. But here in Ghana, until I didn't we don't go check what the state of our health is. So let's talk about cancer on the Super Morning Show right after these.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Hip, hip, hip. Thank you. For my 62nd birthday, my wife and I will be traveling for our second honeymoon to Dubai. I have also decided to pay all my grandchildren's fee for the next academic year. In fact, prepare another cow and let the party continue.
What a party. Isn't Mr. Blagochi a pensioner? Yes, so where did he get all the money to do all that?
I heard it's because of New Generation Investment Services. They took care of his pension funds. I hear they also started the NGISM fund, which allows them to grow their investment and create wealth. They also have the Universal Mutual Fund, which I intend to sign on so I can sow today and reap tomorrow.
Don't be left out.
Visit us today at the first floor, Kokobo Jubilee House at Doom Kumasi, and the first first floor of the first story building behind National Investment Bank, Sunyani, or visit www.ngis-group.com.
New Generation Investment Services, achieving excellent returns on your investment.
Makion Restaurant, continental and local dishes. Biryani Papa Fie, Kupedia Ponsa. Makion Restaurant, continental and local dishes. Biryani Papa Fie, Kupedia Ponsa.
Makion Catering Services, ye nimu fritete, eduane pa, ema hode. Wedi di ewieno, na wanum so da ho, na die kumi krane se, ebono da fo. Makion Hotel, Supermall Babyada, amu wenya hoto, fully air conditioned, free Wi-Fi, and a conference hall with modern gadgets. Upewe na upedie. Makion Restaurant, Usubecho door-to-door services. Sheshe Makion Services, ewu Kumasi Asukwa, Anase Audio. Makion ni, na ufun sunye. Fre omu awa matrofo iso, 0322-496-249, Anase 0244-417-446. Makion Services, 7 is what we are. Ubedia Bonsano. Ubedia Bonsano.
Daffy's or human new. Daffy's or human feminine mischanty. A massable so many so Emma. Ye bui and sayente ya ubia. A san siesi man cassa. Daffy Busiana Ekase. Intia their mouth for comfort and new panel. Daffy's shower gel. And pour on money. You want to dear. And a cocoa dear. What did Jaria? And my natural look.
Mensu de misu Daffy's feminine cleanse and then a capsules ne CSM. And my main think carboni be a me Jimmy who dear and cassa.
Daffy Nupano. And what dance here be Daffy Sana. About my yenina.
Open did with her. Daffy's Health and Beauty Ewo East Legon American House. Kumasen so ye Bank Tech Hospital. Enye map him for. FDA aji edredin kato yatu.
Royal Foam promotion, Royal Foam. Just it on the soul. You bet you'll be no free. Get 10% discount.
Oh la la! Ghana for Muntie, a Jomaya do, a Jomaya de. Where the Atadre Yatidane. Royal Foam Ghana Limited, the saving country Ghana for. Sir, and they will be at the Tun and Yemono, Modio Montio. Royal Foam Ghana for at a 10% discount. Afriso, Nempono, mattress be a Ubeto every Royal Foam Ghana Limited Hono. Yamau pillow free. This is your time. Wonso Umreni, I was so Royal Foam mattress at Dasso. No Winya Hontoso. For Royal Foam Ghana, I was 020-227-1000. Enjoy Royal Foam Ghana Limited for a mattress. Number 1 inch.
Royal Foam, I don't get
Kikadi, Royal Foam for Atitibeni Sukra.
Royal Foam Ghana Limited. Would the Chipata.
Royal Foam still leading.
Get 10% discount.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How you go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and Lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Yes, DBS Industries has done it again. We have taken the lead by introducing the newest Colorlink Plus roofing sheets. It comes with 20-year warranty against fading.
Hold on a second. Did you say 20-year warranty against fading?
Yes. In addition, it has self-clean properties, meaning it has the ability to clean dirt that settles on it, making your roof look beautiful at all times.
This DBS offer is super cool.
Get your Colorlink Plus roofing sheet for your roof today. Look out for Colorlink imprint on our sheets. Locate DBS Limited in Kumasi on the Kumasi Accra Road at Adakwajachi opposite Kwamo Guel filling station. Call our hotline on 050-600-4141 or 0543-286-637. Visit our other factories in Accra, Tamale and Takrady. DBS Industries, your roof experts.
motion is climate change is the greatest threat. You mention AI, you mention nuclear weapons, pandemics, and a whole lot. Sweetheart, which one of them is the greatest?
My opponents, for your information, God just gave us climate. We humans decided to change it. Hence, climate change. The whole house.
Don't miss the grand finale of the 2023 Love FM High Schools debate on your superstation, Love 99.5 FM, Joy Learning and Joy Prime, and on Facebook at LUV 99.5 FM. Catch us live from the Christian Service University College on Friday, 14th July 2023 at 12:30 p.m. for the grand finale of the Love FM High Schools debate. Sponsored by
Charlie, I know they play with my cowbell. I love my cowbell. All the flame and they sweet me, oh. So nourishing for your body. Strawberry, banana, coconut, cowbell, mocha, even chocolate, banana flavor.
There's a cowbell flavor for everyone at breakfast and snack time. Enjoy the 5 delicious tasty cowbell flavors: strawberry, banana, coconut, chocolate, and mocha.
Ghana Herb Therapeutics has 3 products. They are Ghana Balm, Prostajoy, and Ghana Man. Ghana Balm is used for the treatment of joint pains, muscle aches, rheumatic pains, skin disease, swells, cold, asthma, and nasal congestions. Prostajoy is for the treatment of prostate enlargement, prostate cancer, urinary tract infections for both treatment and prevention. Available in all leading pharmacy and drug stores.
Madam Katrina ya sabia obuadia na minim sa ya sabia o baby. Enfidie sese wanya fidie ba ku bia de obayo na free Russia na no kwa brofu hu so do shemu a eyi hu na makwa nyina mfo ne beto so ma wankasa hunu bi afa che ya we potie ha wo baby ya we na du na asa che dwo potie betumi ati ya na se ama se wani asai na wani bua ne nwinku ade a ebetumi atenote emomohwe na enye yesu obeka akire ya de bia ha wo no tutumrika ekota Reed Naturopathic Clinic e wo Kumasi Buadi Furniture Roman Hill na kofaka betuma for 0242 625838 0242 625838.
Mami acheva we jai sa srade aduan ni di
doc sa srade aduan no mate so kra sisi ade ma sesa maduan di mu kra o aduan a medi e adua entrowa nkruma ene ne ekeka ho na medi anwa ye aduan a with the Frito vegetable oil na ye cholesterol free and vitamin A nso wo mu.
Mami acheva wa ya de for Frito ye aduan a wani di ho a akono cholesterol free anwa vitamin A ewo mu. Frito no wani ni waduan ho na dowo.
New Life Entrepreneurship Training Center. School yi emfa ho. Sa we JHS, we SHS. Wankasa na we ye wadwuma. Sa we dwadini. Sa we apprentice. We ye master. Anasa empo school no ukoduru kwan mu na wo san ya. School yi abie napono ejewo. Awa tu sabra. Besua nimdie bi. Besua san nnwuma besua se de obesia toto sika sam afa. Wanum school fees no edafam sei tim. Wo bia atimi ekobe. New Life Entrepreneurship Training Center ewo Kumase and Krakwantempono so Bomso traffic light na se anasa topai fre 055-374-8056 055-374-8056.
Is your car experiencing electrical and mechanical problems? Do you want your air conditioners repaired at the best price and quality? Kumasi Auto Detail is here for you. At Kumasi Auto Detail, our Ghanaian and international engineers are there to provide services such as general repairs, injection services, tire services, engine and gearbox management, AC gas refilling, flushing, and computer diagnostics.
Cancers. The first question somebody asked me was, why is it really important to, be talking about cancer? What is it, and why should he or she be concerned?